starting to look like a restaurant.
Crazy.
I think at first it was for a while it was still surreal to think that we had actually gotten here, that our doors were open and guests were coming in to dine with us. It was surreal for a little while.
Yeah, it happened really fast. We did a quiet opening, so we didn't really have a soft opening. So we kind of slowly trickled in with people instead of kind of a couple big rushes, which was nice for us because then we could kind of figure things out on kind of a shorter or slower end, and then it's kind of surreal, I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
I think right in that moment when we first open, you're just kind of doing the thing day in and day out. So I think maybe it was a month in and we really kind of stepped back and looked at each other and we're like, we did it. We're here, we're doing what we said we wanted to do, and it really felt true to us. And I think that was kind of the moment that we're just really settled in and just really happy and tired.
I think we were over-prepared, probably, I would say. You know, thinking about this for so long and, you know, going down every little detail. And yeah, I think it was easy. I don't want to say easy, you know, but, you know, it wasn't as stressful as I think sometimes it can be.
I think because we've been thinking about it for so long and planning everything and really knew the experience and the feeling we wanted to give, it just felt right. Like things were kind of coming together as they should.
Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2.
I messed up.
No, that was good. I'm just the same thing. I'm like, do I take a bite of this thing?
Thank God. Hey guys.
I'll take 4 more.
Right?
What are you laughing at? I'm just happy. That's the same thing that I felt when that pudding.
Oh
my gosh, that stuff is so good.
Yeah. The butterscotch one or the first one?
It looks so good. It looks so good. Just delicious.
That looks good. Oh, when you guys were here.
Yeah. That stuff is so good.
As you walk in the front door, immediately to your right is this cute little nook with bench seating, chandelier. It's really cozy. You know, initially we had thought to use it as kind of like a host area or a guest seating while they're waiting, but we loved it so much that we turned it into a table. The bar is there right as you enter the front door, which we really love. It kind of gives that kind of neighborhood vibe, just a spot to come in, have some drinks or some treats, you know, after work. We're both people that love to sit at the bar when we go out to eat, so we wanted to make sure that it was welcoming and inviting and that you could kind of get that bar experience, but if you wanted to have a more like intimate dinner, you can do that too. A big thing that we wanted to do is look at whether it's small vineyards, family owned, all of our beer is local or from Minnesota, actually. We just kind of wanted to feature some of the great things that Minnesota has to offer too.
We're still about 28 dining seats, about 16 bar and counter seats. We like that a lot, and it fits us perfectly. You know, we can keep our staff small.
The small space is what we were going for. We wanted a more intimate atmosphere. We wanted you to feel like you were coming into our home almost. And with the type of experience that we want to give and the food that's coming out of the kitchen, I think it tailors itself well to kind of that more intimate atmosphere.
I think everybody really likes the look, you know, the restoration of an old building and keeping it looking like the old building without doing too much. That's really what we wanted, was the brick showing, and you know.
Yeah, I think that's what we fell in love with right away, was the charm of the building and the history, making sure that we honored that while bringing in something new and exciting downtown, kind of bring back a vibrancy to the space. What I love is that guests come in and they just talk about how at home the space makes them feel. You know, of course, it's Rochester, Minnesota, Mayo Clinic. There are a ton of transplants here, whether they're patients or working at Mayo. And to have people come in and be like, this just reminds me of this restaurant at home. It makes me so happy that I can come here and feel this way and have this experience here in Rochester.
So it is shrimp chorizo stuffed squid, and then the sauce is a squid egg beurre blanc. So you get that very classic French sauce, and you get a nice brininess from the squid. It's really fun. And then kind of a salad of Colombian chilies, capers, we use it in turkey salad.
Makes it feel healthier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, they've been just kind of like sort of and describe what not to taste like. It's good though.
Wow.
To be able to give other people inspiration is that you can do it. It is within your reach. It might take you 10 years to get there, but it's possible. And to just keep on going, keep on trying, find your resources and your people. There are people out there that are passionate too, and they want to see you succeed. And I think that's what we've felt along the way, is we've found like-minded people, and we're able to create this thing. It's more than just us. I know that's so cheesy.
Even though you think the project is done, it's not. It's like when you get to the opening stage, Marrow has now been open for several weeks, you still find out things that need to be adjusted. So we're working through the mechanical system to try to figure out how we can supply more air, just because it's not quite keeping up relative to the amount of heat that's being produced from the kitchen itself. So our meeting with the contractors to determine the best way to do it. Now, because they're open, when to do it. Weekends, the job has to be done.
Back to the building being so old, it was challenging to get the right size of ductwork in the right locations. So creating enough air volume to condition the space properly after doing our balancing and testing was still not adequate for the guest comfort. So there again, we kind of come together as a team and figure out what the best solution is, the most cost-effective solution, and the most easy on the customer or the restaurant solution is, and then try to rectify the problem, which has been done. And I think it's a nice, comfortable place now.
So even though we got open, we're still now having to adapt what was completed to make it the perfect system so this business can truly succeed.
Yeah, anytime we finish a project, it's I typically feel incredibly proud, but mostly proud of the guys that work for Kramer Contracting, that are the hands that are putting it together. We come up with a vision, and then we say, okay guys, execute this. It's a joy to me to be able to drive around this community with my kids and look at all the spaces that we've remodeled or built new. We live and breathe in Rochester. And this is where we have been and are planning on staying, so everything matters. Every interaction counts, every client counts, every project counts. So it's really just more of a grateful feeling when I'm done.
Do you think you'd ever do another restaurant someday?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we'd like to.
Yeah.
You know, eventually. It's kind of funny because when we were during the build out, and I think right after we opened, I didn't think I'd ever want to go through another build out again. It is what it is. I think everybody goes through the same thing. So we weren't any different, but now I probably would.
Yeah. Now that we've settled in, and we'll definitely do it again.
Have something to do while I'm waiting. So
Yeah.
when like I'm just sitting around waiting for this to open.
Right.
One year later, you guys still happy to be in business?
Absolutely. We're still here after, it's almost been a whole year, and we're still kicking. Yeah. Still open.
One of the things they always talk about is the first year is the hardest.
I think that was the biggest thing, just wanting to be open.
Yeah, hoping to get open.
Yeah.
This is always.
And I think I remember telling them just open the doors and be like, and it'll be okay.
And it will all fall in place, which it did. It really did. It opened, and it still doing the same thing. A year later, we're open. People are still excited. We're still seeing new people all the time, and
we made a year.
And we made it a year.
Yeah. Many more.
One thing I've noticed too that you're now starting to change, we're just continually adapting, is I think it's your first brunch Mother's Day.
Yeah.
We'll kind of see how Mother's Day goes, and if it works, if guests enjoy it. I know we'll enjoy it. We love brunch.
I think it will go well.
Yeah, so we've been closed since Mother's Day. We had just concluded brunch service.
All of a sudden we just heard a loud, almost like an explosion behind us.